Alright, all you video gamers, welcome to yet another Lost Robo Dungeon Trotting edition of the DJ Smokey's True Video Game Stories. And with a title like that, we decided to go with the video game none other than Steambot Chronicles Battle Tournament. And this game was the PSP version of the classic PS2 version of the game that we happened to get our hands on thanks to a kind person over at GameStop who recommended this game to us right off the bat due to our overwhelming love of RPG games. And it's not half bad either. And I guess with that special shout out to that GameStop employee from Mars Plains out of the way, I think it's time for us to fuel up, gear up, and prepare to take on a magical dungeon to beat a final boss like no other as we get ready to paint the picture. Alright, this video game story took place approximately 11 years ago after I got this game from a lone GameStop in Mars Plains like we mentioned during the intro. And after getting this game, I realized so many cool things for this game, not only the fact that I can pick up cars, rocks, boulders, and even enemies to take them out. And with that strategy alone, I was able to make my way all the way into the end of the game and past the final boss of this game as well. But when it came down to fighting Difa or Defia, however you would say his name in the finals, he smoked me clean. I had everything that I could possibly get in this game, but he still was able to beat me in less than 5 seconds flat in that arena by not only zipping right in front of me and slashing me in the face with this cool looking sword, but also hitting me with a missile out of mid-flight, blowing up my truck within seconds. So after I got schooled like that, I immediately said, no, that's not how this is gonna end. Let me go back to the request board and see if I can find something to get me something extremely powerful to take this guy out. And then I would come across a quest that was known as the Foremost Ruins, where the reward would be something called Excalibur. And right off the bat, when I heard it say Excalibur, I said, no, I'm going for that because I know it's a sword. It's not going to be a gun, it's going to be a sword, and I always want that sword, especially Excalibur. And for those who are wondering out there, this would be one of the first games I would play that would actually allow me to possess Excalibur as a weapon, and it would be in a game filled with robots. So I said whatever I had to do, I would do it. Little did I know, the Foremost Ruins not only did not have any form of checkpoints, it didn't have any form of waypoints, and to make matters worse, you would have to constantly defeat enemies to keep your fuel up while you're in this said dungeon, and also on top of all of that, make sure that your health doesn't go below a certain range or you'll get killed down there. And what was waiting for me down there inside of that big, giant, oversized dungeon was not only creatures that I got a feeling Dr. Robotnik was working on with snow-throwing machines, cannons, I do believe a rocket missile machine that could take you out, and even giant, oversized, burly robots waiting to crack you upside the head when you're not looking. Now, at first, when I went through this dungeon, I was having a ball. I was having fun. I had a missile launcher and a Kimu claw on the other hand, picking up enemies, throwing them away, shooting them with the missile, picking up ammunition, wash, rinse, repeat, all the way until I hit floor 5, when I would ultimately get lost. I'm searching through the bottom of this dungeon, looking around for the special key to get me to the next floor, and I couldn't find it. I beat every enemy known to man, kept walking around in circles, and said, I think I'm lost. I need some help. And I would spend the next 7 days turning on and turning off my PSP so the batteries doesn't run out and I don't have to restart that dungeon because, like we said before, no save points, so if the game goes off, I'm screwed. So I said, yeah, we're gonna have to strategize this. We're gonna have to Hansel and Gretel our way out of here to figure out a way how to get out of this dungeon. And by the time it reached a week and a half, we would finally find our way out of floor 5, only to make our way to 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally making our way to floor 10, where we had to fight these giant Magilla Gorilla Robo-Robots that I got a feeling, once again, was created by Dr. Robotnik, because not only it came with a club, but it also came with a cannon fire shot mace thing that was on its right hand that would hit me every single time, all the way until I would get just a slither of health left, only for me to just slap it around with the Kimu Claw, hit it with the rocket at least 6 times, kill that one, and then I would figure out in every single other room there would be more of those things waiting for me, along with those rocket cannon creatures that would try to take me out. But I would get extremely lucky once I hit the 10th floor and reach those 2 rocket cannon guys, because I would be able to pick up one, and right before the other one would shoot me, throw it at the other one, fire the cannon, get a 2-for-1 deal at the quickie mark with that one, and would be able to take not only the money from it, but also the health from it as well, giving me enough health to take out the final creature that was waiting for me at the bottom by blowing him up, taking the key, taking all the ingredients and money that we were able to get from that said cavern, make our way back to the guild, and was able to get well over $13,000 on top of the money we've gotten from inside of the place as well, which raised our grand total to well over $50,000 from inside of that cavern, which would give me enough money to not only unlock that sword, but also give me enough money to fully upgrade my robot to the max, take on Deepa once again, and whoop the ever-living daylight slag tag out of them by just charging him forward, slapping him with the sword, picking up one of those buses, throwing it at him in a corner, and then take another vehicle while he was dazed and confused and go Hulk smash to his head over and over again until he couldn't stand no more, for me not only to get a flawless victory, but to win this and defeat this thing without turning my PSP off in well over 3 weeks. Now, the most impressive part about all of this, folks, is not only the fact that I was able to get that flawless victory, but the fact that I was so excited after beating that dungeon, I would forget to save with all the upgraded weapons and everything we got, and just went headfirst into battle without thinking to take him out and just do the final boss and the final part of the tournament without saving, and would win clean. And that would be the last time I would play that game therefore after, due to that very impressive victory that I would say immediately after turning off the game would never ever happen again in my wildest dreams. And with that said, folks, wraps it up for another Lost Robo Dungeon Trotting edition of the DJ Smokey's True Video Game Stories. And with that, we'll be back with more right after this. So stay tuned.